Start game now. Welcome, Retro fans, to another edition of the No Swear Gamer. Today I'm joined by AT Commander as I explore the Retroist Retro Junk Box, which I just got the other day in the mail. What's a Retro Junk Box? I'm glad you asked. I believe it started as a collaboration between the Cartoon Retrocast podcast and the Retro League podcast, where they had this idea: you take a large Priority Mail flat rate box, you fill it with retro-related items, and you send it to various people in your group. They did this 2 times. The second time I was on board with that, and you can check out my experience in episode 3 of my show, where I show you what I took out of that box, and episode 24, where I show you what I left behind and what I put into the box. Now, I See Robots from the Retroist.com was a part of the second go around, and he decided to bring it over to the Retroist, and this is actually the second time he's doing it. So, yep, I am honored to be a part of this one. I got AT Commander from the Retro Junk Box that I did with the Cartoon Retrocast and the Retro League. He is one of my little buddies here, one of my co-hosts, and he has no fear of being replaced as long as there's no mega villains or Kevin Costner inspired characters in this box, so we should be pretty good. Looking at the box, you can see that people like to put some stickers on it. Here's some stickers I put on it. We got an old Crest sticker, a homemade Fragile sticker I did with the Atari Fuji symbol and some Sega inspired letters, some G.I. Joe Destro stickers I put on there, as well as a cool little sticker from a local bakery that said, "Be a smart cookie, don't ride with strangers." So remember that, kids. On the sides here, I also put an Opryland sticker on there. I don't know why I had it. I have no desire to ever visit Opryland, but got the sticker somehow. Someone put an Intellivision Running Man sticker on it, and I added this little Smurf sticker on it. There's also an Atari sticker on the top. And someone put this skateboarding sticker. Have no idea what that is, but there it is, and a van sticker. So yeah, that's just a little taste of the Retro Junk Box itself. This video is going to cover what I took out only. In another video, I will show you what I put in as well as what I left behind, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's getting it after me. So unless you want to avoid the spoilers, you could just wait a few days and I should put that video up soon. So first, let's see what I took out. And let's start out with a couple of passes to Arcadia Retrocade, which I believe is in Lafayette, Arkansas. I heard it's a really cool place, one of these places where you spend like, I don't know, $5 or something. You can just have at all these cool arcade games. And there's a couple passes, because what good is just one? So in case my wife wants to go, or one of my kids, if I ever go through Arkansas, I'll try and check it out. So I'll keep that for a rainy day. Got a cool set of buttons here. Pac-Man and Galaga. So very tiny, about the size of a quarter each. So pretty cool. Okay, next up I wanted to show 3 magazines I got. They're retro gaming related, and I like retro gaming magazines, but I've never experienced Next Generation magazine. This is during the time when the Nintendo 64 is out, the Sega Saturn, the PS1, the Atari Jaguar, and the 3DO. So yeah, it's an era where I pretty much stopped buying magazines, so I look forward to looking at some of these. I have issue 20 with Mario 64 on the cover, 19 with Nights into Dreams for the Saturn. I reviewed that in the past episode. You could check that out. And this one I thought was interesting, issue 7, which says, "Can the 3DO keep up?" and Atari talks back. So this happened during the time when the Jaguar and the 3DO were still somewhat competitive. So I look forward to seeing that. Haven't seen a lot of magazines that cover that era. At least I was out of the game at that time. Speaking of magazines, I also picked up a comic book. This is a real cool detective comic, Batman and Batgirl, back when it only cost 15 cents. Yeah, I think this is from the early 70s and has a really cool cover, and inside we have some nice vintage Batman style drawings. Oh, it looks like Superman's going to be in there, and some old ads as well. Those are kind of cool, and a little ad on the back. Someone also put in a couple flattened boxes for Nintendo games. Nintendo game boxes are hard to find because a lot of people just tossed them out. I think I have both of these games somewhere, but I don't have the boxes. So even though it doesn't have the styrofoam or anything like that, it's still kind of cool to have. Got Yoshi, which was a puzzle game, and Golf, which was a game about basketball, ironically enough. Just kidding, it's about golf. So there you go, Yoshi and Golf. boxes. All right, what else did I take? Also took a Game Gear game, Poker Face Paul's Blackjack, which is interestingly enough rated MA13, which was like a PG-13 rating. And I don't know why. I'm guessing just because it may have to do with gambling. I have another Poker Face Paul game. It's based on just poker. I'm kind of interested to see if these games are just straight up card games or if there's anything more to them. I think they might just be the straight up card games, but we'll see. I haven't played either one yet. Next up, we have a lobster that's kind of squishy for no apparent reason. Again, about the size of a nickel. I think what I'll do is I will name him Bob, and I will grow fond of him until one day I get really hungry and have to go through the moral dilemma of if I should cook and eat my friend or let him continue to be my pet until I realize that I don't eat seafood. But then one day I come home and AT-AT Commander has a smile on his face and a full belly because he's evil and doesn't care about Bob. And we will go at it and have to go through some counseling and get some intervention, and then we will make up and be buddies again. So yep, going to keep Bob the lobster. Okay, how about a Super Mario Brothers 2 Nintendo game with a torn label? But you know what? If I clean it up, I'm going to guess it'll keep playing. Usually a Nintendo games, it's just a regular Nintendo. Did I say Super? Anyways, a regular Nintendo game, if I clean it up, should be just fine. I think there's even some faint marker or pen on the side there. But hey, we'll go ahead and try this out and review it. I already reviewed Super Mario 3, which I got from Hughes from the Retro League. And I also have Super Mario Brothers and a Duck Hunt cartridge. I haven't reviewed those yet, but I got those from the first Retro Junk Box. So I might get the whole trilogy from giveaways. Okay, next up is a Robin Hood figure based on the Kevin Costner movie. We have a little bit of friction. Don't worry, buddy. We can still share the spotlight. Yeah, this was made by Kenner, just like the Star Wars guys are roughly the same size. Kevin is a little bit bigger here, but don't worry, AT-AT Commander, you're still appreciated here. I don't know why I picked him, but I just decided to. If you haven't seen the Kevin Costner version of the movie, you should check it out. It's really awesome how he can do an English accent without doing an English accent at all. Only Kevin Costner can pull that off, and maybe Nicolas Cage. So yep, gonna keep good old Kevin there. He does look quite a bit bigger than you AT-AT Commander, but don't worry, you're still cool. All right, and finally, I took a... this is awkward. I took a very big Dr. Doom figure. This guy is just monstrous. If you look at these guys side by side, you can kind of get an idea. We'll talk later. It'll be fine. So anyways, very interesting Dr. Doom figure. First of all, he has a real kind of cloth material robe, and you can take it off and you can kind of see his head here. One thing that was interesting of this figure is that I could not find any toy markings. I have no idea what year he's from. I'm going to guess 90s, but I'm not sure. I couldn't find anything that said like Toy Biz or anything like that. He has a cloth outfit there, which I thought was cool. His mask doesn't come off, stays on, but an interesting aspect of him is this armor comes off. It looks like he has these huge arms, but they're actually really squishy. They're kind of sticky. I'm going to try and clean them up. Sometimes these old toys made of certain materials, when they get sticky, when they get older, there's really nothing you can do about the stickiness that I know of. But this might just be dirt, I'm not sure. But all this armor can kind of come off, so you can pull off the armor there, and you got this like skeletal arm left, and you could do the same with the boots as well. So there you go. That is the stuff I took out of the Retro Junk Box. I didn't take out a ton of stuff, but I did take out some. So here's what I'm going to do. In the next day or two, I'll upload another video showing you what I didn't take out. This thing was pretty full of stuff, and also what I'm going to put in. And I got some cool stuff I'm going to put in there. So until next time, guys, this is Dr. Doom and Robin of Locksley saying goodbye. Oh, and AT-AT Commander. Say goodbye, AT-AT Commander. We still love you. So there we go. And it's AT-AT Commander saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time right here on the No Swear Gamer. Take care, everybody. So long. I want to thank, again, IC Robots for including me on this. If you want to find out more about him and his Toys R Us Report podcast, you can either search for it on iTunes or go to his webpage at www.icrobots.com. Also want to thank the Retroist. You can visit their webpage at www.retroist.com. as well. They're both on Twitter and Facebook, of course. And also don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Just go to either one and search for The No Swear Gamer. If you enjoy retro reviews, videos like this, including ones that cover retro video games, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. And I do thank you again for giving me a little bit part of your time. Take care.